The Chicago Blackhawks have been blown out once again, and this is starting to get really, really annoying. And we're going to be talking about what they need to do, what they even can do to turn it around even just a bit going for the rest of this season. Because as a fan watching this, it's really, really painful, and I don't know how much more of this I can take, you guys. I'm sure a lot of people out there are with me that this team, although, we've been looking forward to this season, Connor Bedard, it has been super disappointing. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. But before we get into it, we notice a lot of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all your Blackhawks news and suffer through it with us over here at Ringside Digest, you're in the right spot. Make sure to stay a while, sub to the channel, so you don't miss out on any potentially amazing Blackhawks news, because we need some of that right now. We need some luck. We need some love from this team. After losing 8-1 to the Dallas Stars, this is their fourth game or something this year that they've been absolutely blown out by the team they've played against. It's starting to get, to a point where something needs to change. And there's only so many things that they can do, but this is starting to get really, really bad. And we know that the Blackhawks aren't supposed to win many games this season. They're not supposed to be a top team. And we know that. We know that we're not going to see a win. We're not going to see a close game every game that we play, every game that we watch. But it's down to the point where it's starting to get really frustrating seeing these games go 8-1, 7-1, 7-2, whatnot. It's just to a point where something has to change. I don't know what it could be, because we've seen that Kyle Davidson and Luke Richardson aren't going to make too many changes. They don't want to do too much. But this is just to a point where this is now could be suffering the development of some of these younger guys, knowing that this team has been playing absolutely terrible. And, there's only so much that can be done. So we're going to start it off here, showing the score. 8-1, Stars against Blackhawks. We know that this game was one to forget. Not the best way to ring in the new year, I guess we could say. And it's getting to a point where even the team is getting frustrated. Nick Felino came out. He said a lot about this game. He's very vocal, the unnamed captain of this team. The unnamed captain of this team being the captain. But he had a lot to say about this game. He wasn't happy about the effort in the second game, not one bit. He said, "You don't." Felino responded when asked by Charlie Roumeliotis explain the loss. He said, "I don't know. That's really, really disappointing, because we talked about how we were trending in the right direction," which is absolutely what we've seen with this team over the past few games. And it's a flick of a switch from going to, a bit competitive, being able to win a good game, and then just getting absolutely destroyed by whether it's a good team. We didn't expect to win against Dallas. We didn't expect to maybe even come close, but this is just too far. There's teams that we should win, there's teams that we know we're going to lose, but it's to the point where we have to stay in the game. He also goes on to say, "My only hope for a game like this today is we finally hammer it through our thick heads of how we're going to need to play." And that's not it. That's just not who we are, not who we can be. That's not what we expect in the room. That's not what our fans should expect. That's what pisses me off. That's not a winning team. That's just hoping, maybe it's an easy night. Maybe the other team doesn't have it. Are you kidding me? The team's record, and we're going to play like that? I'm sorry. Just that one really, really frustrating with the strides we think we are making. And, Nick Felino was absolutely right, taking that leadership in the room once again. It's unacceptable. You have to have the mindset that you have to go out, you have to play every game. It don't matter if it's an all-star team, if it's the best team of all time, or if it's the worst team of all time. You have to go with the same mindset that we need to win this game, whether or not it's for the standings, for the morale in the dressing room, for your teammates sitting next to you. We don't know what it's like. Just to say, we don't know how long Nick Felino has left in the NHL. He's one of the older guys in this team, a veteran in the NHL. The guys sitting next to him should have the mindset of we want to win for him, knowing this could be his last year in the NHL. Now, I don't know if it will be. I'm not sure Nick Felino knows if it will be yet. In my mind, he should be on this team for the next 1 to 2 years, named captain. That's just my opinion, but he's that guy in the locker room. You have to say, we need to win it for him. We need to win it for, some of the veterans in the locker room, although there may not be very many on this team. You have to win it for the guys next to you, and you can't focus on, yourself. It's as simple as that. It's a lot easier to say than do, but that's what it is. We have another one from Charlie Roumeliotis here. Tyler Johnson, probably out for a little while with an ankle injury, I believe it was, in this game. He's out in a walking boot after the game. And this is another major loss to this team that hasn't been able to get any luck. We're still out Seth Jones, big player on the team who is definitely going to be making an impact when he gets back, although it may not seem like it when he's playing. It's very noticeable, like we've said, when he's out, it's very noticeable that he is missing right now. And Tyler Johnson is another one, a former Stanley Cup champion twice, another veteran in his lineup who has played in every type of scenario in the NHL. And he's another guy that, was trying to keep this team on his shoulders, on his back, just like Nick Felino, trying to hold the locker room together when the veteran presence of being been there, done that type mentality. And it's just another huge loss. And, the Blackhawks can't seem to catch a break, but it's not all about breaks. You can't always catch a break. You have to be able to play through adversity like these times where the Blackhawks have been missing a lot of their regular players, a lot of their starters, and it's just getting to a point where we don't know what can be done. Something has to be done, whether it's, although this wasn't on Arvid Soderblom, send him down the AHL, give a chance to some other goalie in the system, give a chance to another guy. There's so many things that we can theorize of what can be done, but it just probably won't happen because of the scenario that Kyle Davidson is in. He said that he's not going to be making too many moves at the trade deadline. He said he's not going to be doing or he hasn't said, but he's kind of indicated that he's not going to be doing too much with the free agents on this team right now come this offseason. So it's really in a spot of unknown. Like, we don't know what can be changed, what's going to be changed in the near future, but games like this are just getting out of hand. Here's another one that was in the 10 observations from Charlie Roumeliotis, as were the first few screenshots from Nick Felino, but he said, "This wasn't the first lopsided loss for the Blackhawks this season. They lost to Arizona 8-1. Should never happen. They lost to Columbus 7-3. Should never happen. And lost to Seattle 7-1. Once again, should never happen. Those three teams should be competitive games. They should be ones that you should be able to win, and if you lose, it should be a close game. But having it in this, mindset, having it in this way that these guys are easy teams, we can go out and beat them if we're ready or not. You can't have that mentality. I don't know how much I can stress this, I don't know if that's what the guys in the locker room are thinking, but it sure seems like it when they go out and play. It's just to a point where something has to be done. And that's what I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know whether it's outrageous or not, whether it's an absolutely mental thought that could never happen. Let me know what you think this Blackhawks team, Luke Richardson, Kyle Davidson, the players need to do to turn this around. It looked like they were going to earlier in the season, just before, Christmas and everything, and the holiday season, but that game right there that we just seen against the Dallas Stars last night showed that that's not the case. This team is not turning it around. They are still, learning, I guess you could say. They're still learning how to lose. They're still learning that this is a competitive league of the NHL. And they're still learning that, they have to win. They have to win no matter if you're trying to get Macklin Celebrini or not. But, that's the only positive I guess you could say is that Macklin Celebrini is looking like a Chicago Blackhawk. However, with what we've seen from the Blackhawks, they could, turn it around for a few games, come get a few wins at the end of the season, and, I guess get a 5th overall pick. So there's a lot of things that are going on in this Blackhawks dressing room, their management, that need to be looked at, need to be studied, I guess you could say, because this is just getting ridiculous. Beating good teams, losing to bad ones, well, except for this one where they lost 8-1 to the Dallas Stars, but it's to a point where something has to change, and I want to hear from you guys what you think, I'm here with you. We're all here with you. Every Blackhawks fan, even the players, I'm sure, are all frustrated and knowing that it's got to happen, but it doesn't really have to be this bad. So that's all I got for this video. I do want to know what you guys think about this because obviously it's painful. It's painful to watch these games at this point, and still gonna do it. Still gonna be a fan of the team. There's no straying away from that. But I really do want to hear what you guys think. But that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. Hope we have a great New Year's, even after this horrible changeover to the new year from this game. But that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.